What's going on, YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I am very excited because we've got a very special knife review. This is not your typical knife review. A gentleman who goes by the name of Kiefer. I think you guys are probably all familiar with Kiefer. Kiefer is on Instagram. Everybody's everybody's channels. I always see him in the comments section. He's in my comment section here on YouTube, and I think he's kind of in the same network as far as YouTubers go. That the network that I'm in. I see him on Slicey Dicey, Zach stuff. See him on Super Steel Steve, etc. He was nice enough to send me. And seriously, just an amazing guy. Trusting me with such precious cargo. He was nice enough to send me and donate for free this beautiful Dollica, or as I know it, the Dollica. I don't know who makes it, but whoever it is clearly a master craftsman, because that is one beautiful piece of equipment. Let's go ahead and do some size comparisons because I still don't have my tape measure. I lost it when I transitioned everything down here in my new setup. And so for this video, we will not be measuring it, but I can give you a good sense of its size. Up against the Ontario Rat Model 1, you can see there the Rat 1 coming in at 8.6 inches overall, so quite a bit bigger. How about up against the Spyderco PM2? Spyderco PM2 coming in at 8.3 inches overall. How about up against the Benchmade Griptilian, or in this case, the Ritter Hogue? Ritter Hogue coming in at 8 inches overall, still quite a bit bigger. And how about up against the Spyderco Para 3, perhaps a better size comparison? Spyderco Para 3 coming in at 7.25 inches overall. And now that I think about it, maybe we should go up against the actual Spyderco Dollica, so you guys can get an example of why they call this thing the Dollica. 7 inches overall there on the Dollica. So I believe the Dollica is probably about 6.75 inches. And, I think the reason that people call it the Dollica is because it costs $1. But don't let its incredibly low price fool you. Don't let it, dissuade you from thinking that there's some fine exotic craftsmanship that goes into this. Let's go ahead and compare it up against the Lady of the Sea. What on earth? There's some sort of barrier, some sort of force keeping these two apart. Could it be that the power of the Lady of the Sea and the power of the Dollica are actually resisting each other? They won't. No, yeah. That's way too much power to have on one table. I can't even keep them both there. It seems as though the Lady of the Sea has some type of challenger. And it makes sense considering we're looking at the exotic CPM rainbow steel and the exotic stainless steel. So, that's what we're working with there. We're working with some serious power. Anyways, let's go ahead and weigh this guy. So, we're looking at probably plastic. And obviously we're looking at steel. And not much more of anything else. Can we get in there and see? Yeah, just plastic and steel. Plastic, steel. And humorously enough, more plastic. Total weight on this guy coming in at 1.52 ounces. So we certainly do have a lightweight tool. A little bit reserved to call it a cutting tool at the moment, and I'll tell you why. Let me give you an example of the action here first. Oh, here, let's see if I can get that close to the camera so you guys can hear. Can you hear that? I don't know what's going on the inside of this thing. I've been kind of joking around. I feel like you guys can tell by now this is a little bit of a joke review. Just because this knife has, for whatever reason, made an impact on the knife community in recent years. The inside of this feels like two cogs facing the wrong way, grinding against each other, or a cog that's like not fitted correctly, grinding over the surface of the blade, which is not polished and not flat. I'm not sure. You know, it looks like here that the surface actually is polished, so I have to assume it's like that all the way down and into the pivot. So why it's so like that is beyond me. I mean, this is a knife that likely costs $1 though, so I'm not sure I want to complain. Here's my favorite. I mean, so this knife clearly resembles the Spyderco Dollica, right? I mean, this is going to be a quick review. It's, you know, it has a handle. I can hold on to it. There is a pocket clip that is made of plastic. I really doubt the average person is going to have that pocket clip after 3 weeks. It will definitely snag on something and break. But again, you're paying $1 for it, right? Then you have a piece of metal that is metal that has been brought down to what appears to be an edge. But hey, cringe warning, guys. Here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my finger on this blade and run it across so I can demonstrate here that we are not actually working with an edge. This is dull. I'm not giving light pressure. I'm telling you guys, this is dull. It will not cut anything. This is brand new. I actually unpackaged this way, and I have not cut anything with it. Partially because I just haven't, and partially because it won't cut. I'm not sure what this is. I mean, at $1, like there's always somebody, you know, no matter how cheap a knife I review, at $1, a lot of people would say, hey, well, you know, it's a disposable knife. For $1, you use it, and then if it breaks, well, whatever. Actually, what this is it's a $1 thing that takes up exactly this amount of three-dimensional space in the universe. And that's it, because it can't cut. If they're all like that, I don't know. The funny thing to me here is that the popularity of this knife, you know, for it being just kind of an absolute joke, has made whatever company this is. I didn't save the packaging. Here's the emblem on it. It's an eagle. If you type in Dollica, Dollica, or Dollica, depending on how people pronounce it, I don't think some people are getting the joke with the whole dollar thing. For whatever reason, they're relating it to a doll, like an actual, like a little kid's doll toy. I don't know. Maybe there's a joke. Maybe I'm missing some other joke. Yeah, like this company has probably made a decent amount of money on this. I don't know. If it's actually only a $1 to $2 knife, I mean, I gotta wonder about the manufacturing costs here. I mean, it's about as minimal as it gets. Pin, steel lockback, which, oh God, I didn't even do that. Oh no. Oh, that's the worst thing I've ever seen. Guys, here, watch. I'm gonna put slight pressure down on this blade and it will disengage. Oh, I like almost nothing, guys. That's all it takes. And not that, again, that you would be, oh, look at that. So because of the ease of disengagement there on the lockback, it is really easy to, bam, kick that thing back into place because it can disengage. So the lockback is basically a button that is decorative, or just for fidget factor, I guess. We'll call that fidget factor because it doesn't really serve a purpose. So now we have two factors here that just make this thing just astronomically amazing. A cutting edge that's not a cutting edge, and a lockback that is not an actual lock. It can disengage. Centering is, I mean, it's there. I mean, it's technically not rubbing. We have incredible blade play, up, down, left, and right. Obviously, we have up and down blade play. That's actually multiple disengagements you're viewing here. And then this is the sound of, well, this is the sound of failure. This is the sound of shame and failure all wrapped up into one ultra dead bird looking package. My favorite part about this, and by favorite I'm being super sarcastic, is this. This is the opening mechanism. This is the deployment mechanism, which was basically just some sort of frag pattern or diamond pattern plastic that was sort of, they must have used a plastic cutting cookie cutter type thing, and then somehow attached it. I do not trust the durability of however they attach this. I feel like I could probably, yeah, I think I could actually peel those off the knife if I wanted to, but you use that to deploy it. And for your convenience, they actually rotate with your finger there. So they will come off. If provoked, they will come off, and you can have yourself, oh God, really? What is this? Nobody tried. Ugh, okay, so we have a knife that doesn't really deploy properly, disengages, it has a plastic pocket clip that will come apart, and has an edge that is not sharp. I'm hesitant to call this a knife. In fact, this is the first time on this channel that I've reviewed something that is not a knife or an EDC tool. This is basically just something that takes up space in your pocket, on your desk, wherever you choose to keep this. It's something that it just takes up space. Oh, by the way, it also does not actually have a tip. You can see there has been nicely rounded for safety. This is like if somebody like made a pair of safety scissors that also didn't cut. It's too safe. This is like a training knife that doesn't teach you anything. I don't know what to call this. This is hilarious, but the thing is I understand people make purchasing stuff like this ironically right now, because it has to be like 99.9% of their sales have to be ironic purchases. Like, oh, I saw this on whoever's channel. Wouldn't that be funny? Let's get one and send it to somebody as a gag gift. But I feel bad for the 0.01% of people who are buying this thinking, I'll get this pocket knife and use it. And despite it not being sharp, I can actually see this thing being a little bit dangerous. I think this is the worst thing I've ever seen. Not the worst knife. No, I chose my words carefully there. That's one of the worst things I've ever seen. It's just not, I dare somebody to try and say something, to say something positive about this knife. In fact, that's going to be a challenge for this video. Let's just have some fun in the comments section. Give me your best positive outlook on this knife. I want you to try to say nice things about this knife. Tell me what it could be used for, what it likely is, since it's not a knife, what you would use it for. Go crazy. Let me hear about it in the comment section. Kiefer, thank you so much for sending me this this treasure. I actually will keep it because I can see this being a little bit of a character on my channel. Let's go ahead and Lego this back together. Oh, you can see there, how this fits in. You just sort of put it back there, and how does this piece fit in? Right? Okay, so this is a little peg. No threads. Why would you need threads? And then basically, it's kind of like an ancient chapel where it's just sort of gravity that holds things together. There's no real bonding or threads or anything like that. So in that sense, you could say it's a feat of engineering, right? Maybe it is just gravity holding this together. I don't know. In fact, it simply is just things hanging on to other things because they fit in slots, and that's why it's not completely apart. So anyways, leave your best attempt at a positive comment for this this wonderful, wonderful piece of knife world history here in my comments section. I would be overjoyed to hear your thoughts. Kiefer, thank you so much for sending this to me. This was a lot of fun. I don't usually do episodes like this. I wasn't sure what to do with it. I literally just put this thing down and started talking. I had barely messed with it at all, but that was very humorous, very, very fun. So thanks. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, or at least found it even remotely entertaining, please leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, most of it is either knives that are expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, and I take things much more seriously in my other episodes. So check that stuff out if you want to. And if you enjoy all my content, then please do subscribe and turn notifications to all, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.